The Air Force Small Business Innovation Research Program has funded many critical and commercially successful technologies. This is the story of one of them. Few things are as thrilling to watch as the launch of a rocket. But imagine you have a $250 million satellite strapped inside, with success or failure riding on clean, smooth, and precisely timed separation from the rocket.
A separation system is a device that'll let go of a satellite once the final stage of a rocket has burned out. If a satellite fails to separate, it won't turn on. The mission will be a failure. That kind of thing, of course, is completely unacceptable.
The Planetary Systems team realized that some of the problems with the older satellite separation technology were inherent to its basic design. Traditionally, satellites were attached to rockets via tightly compressed steel bands that were released by pyrotechnic devices that severely shocked the satellites upon separation. With support from the Air Force Small Business Innovation Research (SBIR) program, Planetary Systems Corporation developed a lighter weight, lower shock separation system called Lightband and a small canisterized satellite dispenser, or CSD. Between them, Lightbands and CSDs increase reliability, reduce liftoff weight, and save money.
The big issues with the prior technology is that it was heavy, large, and pyrotechnic. The problem there is they're using a lot of explosives. They're using the equivalent of about a 50 caliber bullet, and they're cutting a bolt that's under about 3,000 to 6,000 pounds of tension. What we've done in the past 20 years is advance the technology that was originally conceived during the initial space race in the late 50s and the 60s. We spent the past 20 years making the second generation separation system work pretty well. Both the canisterized satellite dispenser and the Lightband are separation systems.
Lightbands come in a variety of diameters and are designed to hold and release satellites. And canisterized satellite dispensers are designed to protect and deploy smaller containerized systems. Additionally, these solutions are easily tested.
Where we make a really big difference is saving weight and volume and increasing the reliability of something they have to have in every one of those space systems. They gotta separate. Competitive designs which use pyrotechnics might be able to test once per day, but because they're explosive and because explosive detonation is so damaging to mechanisms, they might not be able to test more than 10 times before they have to simply discard a flight article. So we have a very testable system that can be tested thousands of times.
When the rocket's taking off and vibrating and launching up into orbit, and then once it's in orbit, it goes through temperature extremes, whether it's in the sun or in the shadows. So we'll do vibration testing, and then we'll do shock testing, which is pretty rigorous. And then we'll do thermal vacuum testing, which eliminates all the air. It has a partial vacuum, simulates space as close as we can get, and then we'll thermal cycle it hot and cold several times. So that's also very rigorous for mechanisms. And the last thing we'll do is separation testing, so that we have very high confidence that it's going to function properly in orbit.
In addition to significantly increased reliability, Lightbands and CSDs are extremely cost-effective.
Our customers are saving about $160,000 per separation event. And that savings is coming from two areas. The first area is in the weight savings. Our separation systems are about 10 pounds lighter than other technologies, and launch costs are about $10,000 per pound on the low end. Roughly speaking, we save about $60,000 in testing and about $100,000 in launch costs. That's about $160K per separation system. So a pretty good bargain for a lot of folks.
The relationship between us and the Air Force SBIR program has been excellent.
What the Air Force gave us through the whole SBIR process was funding, which was critical. They gave us access to space flight so we could get flight heritage, and then they lent their expertise in some of the advanced testing.
The win-win benefit was that the Air Force was able to get this canisterized satellite dispenser, which they were able to put their payload in and fly on their rocket. And then us, Planetary Systems Corporation, as a small company, was able to develop it into a commercial product that many, many companies have since used.
Our customers include NASA, We sell a lot of separation systems to people that work in and for the Department of Defense, companies like Lockheed and Boeing. We do a lot of work for the commercial companies like SpaceX.
Planetary Systems light band and canisterized satellite dispenser technologies. Proven, reliable, successful solutions, all due to the Air Force's Small Business Innovation Research Program. Learn more at www.afsbirsttr.com.